Did you know that Tron Ares is an anagram of Tron Arse? We also watched Die Hard with a Vengeance, just to give a wee bit of fun this week. But my biggest one though this week was Tron Ares.
Oh yes,
I have thoughts. I've actually written down thoughts. I have
we're
a
deep diving.
document.
We're deep diving.
So we're going to do a watch along on Thursday, this Thursday at 9 p.m.
Yep.
So you're all invited. Just queue up your Disney Plus Tron Ares. Did you know that Tron Ares is an anagram of Tron Arse?
Yes, because you keep telling me.
Okay. Yeah, but no, I haven't told everyone else.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, do you want my pros and cons?
Well, could we just say, first of all, you were out the fact that they got their facts wrong at the beginning?
Well, that's the first thing.
So that you were out straight away.
Yeah.
I mean, for Last Jedi, I think it took me 5 minutes before I was out. So that's a new world record.
The first line in the movie is a multimillionaire the game designer Kevin Flynn, who's gone missing, was the designer of the program Tron. No, he wasn't. He was not the designer of the program Tron. Alan Bradley was Tron.
That's right.
And Kevin Flynn was basically asked to try and free Tron from Dillinger, because Dillinger had put him in the equivalent of a jail in computer terms, in the computer world, and try and free him so that he could understand more about the system and free the system for the rest of the users. That was the idea of the first movie. So it had nothing to do with Tron. He was a video game guy that did all the super paranoids and all that kind of stuff. Light cycles, that was another one of his. He did design games. He wasn't the guy that wrote Tron, which, by the way, stands for trace on, because he used to do debug things where you'd have trace on and trace off, which was TR on, TR off. That's why it's called Tron. There you go. Also, it's short for electron as well. So,
not to be confused with wash on, wash off.
That's right. Wash on, wash off. No. The biggest thing for me though was it doesn't follow on from Tron Legacy at all. It just completely ignores it.
Yep.
And it kind of it's like, what was the point? Like, what was the point in all of that?
They skirt over it right at the beginning. The titles,
100%, really. Yeah. Yeah, because they do the kind of background stuff, and it's like, and his son Sam is now gone missing. And they mentioned a wee bit about Korra and just
odd.
And the weird thing is, so Ed Dillinger Jr., who's played by Cillian Murphy in Tron Legacy, he's now been ousted apparently from Dillinger Systems, and it's his nephew that now runs it. What's his name? Jessica? What's his name?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a few people, including Cillian Murphy. Either he didn't want to do it, or he's too expensive now. Maybe. I'm assuming he probably didn't want to do it. So,
the biggest kicker for me, I've got a whole list here, and I'll go through most of the big ones. I'm not going to mention all the thing. The big one, of course, is where the hell is Tron in all of this? It's called Tron Ares. Doesn't make an appearance. Yeah. The other thing as well is there's too much reliance on nostalgia and not enough on story or world building. That's my big issue with this movie. So there's things like
there's a lot of nostalgia in it. Yeah.
They understand that nostalgia works and they can pluck heartstrings, because the thing that annoyed me about that first line was they obviously know nothing about the story behind Tron, and they just want to do a fast buck. They just want to do a cash grab. So they've got the idea that you need to have light cycles in it. Why don't we put them back on the grid, the original grid? That's a good idea. Yeah, let's do that. And we'll make Jared Leto look like he's part of the original one, because he will have all the, it looks like we're doing that different process thing, but it'll just be a couple of shaders and it shouldn't take us too long to do. They brought back the Dumont name. Do you remember Dumont from the original one? He was played by Bernard Hughes.
Mm-hmm. No, I've not seen the first one for years.
All right,
good.
Anyway, his name appears everywhere because it was a nice wee Easter egg in Tron Legacy. But now he runs a dump truck business. What? He's a scientist. Why was he run a dump truck business?
Just before you keep going, because
Yes, it'll be a long one.
We know you don't like it, right? So there's no. I don't know if there's. You might have to save some of these things for the commentary. Otherwise, it's just my list of you saying how much you don't like it. But
no, there's things I liked.
Yeah, but I've just stopped you there and I've forgotten what I was going to say.
I know.
It's old age for you, isn't it?
I know.
What was it? The last point you said there?
If you put the needle down there like that, Jody, and then you.
What was the last thing you said there?
I was talking about Dumont. Hey, it was nothing to do with that.
No, what I was going to say was, you're talking about the sort of, Easter eggs and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Fans friendly stuff.
Yeah,
I like all that stuff. I love that stuff. So when that stuff came in,
that's pandering.
Movie, I love it. But also what I want to say is that these movies have not done well ever. I mean, the first one I don't think did that well. Second one didn't do that well. This one did really badly.
Yeah, the first one was a cult following.
Yeah,
100% was a cult following.
So that's why we got a sequel. So how we ever got this Tron Ares, I don't know. And I'm kind of glad we did get it in a way. But at the same time, I get it. Everything you're talking about, I get it.
You're not going to like the next bit,
and that's why. But that's why I'm interested to watch it again because and watch it with you because we never get a chance to do it. That was
that's right because that's what we're going to do in October when it came out.
Yeah. But it didn't happen. But so yeah, I'm interested to watch it again. Anyway, sorry.
I didn't think the music went with the movie.
Oh.
I didn't like it at all. I didn't like the soundtrack.
Controversial.
I know. I tried to like the soundtrack, but I couldn't get into it
at all. Though.
No, I've tried to listen to it a couple of times, and it's just it doesn't fit. Like there's a bit in it where. So the other problem is Jared Leto is terrible, and he's the main guy, and you can't tell whether he's being sarcastic or just badly acting the scene, and I don't know which one's which.
But then he is meant to be a
I know he's meant to be all that kind of stuff, but at least Tron and the original one had a bit of character about him. Clue had a bit of character about
him. James is saying, I noticed when we went back to the original Tron world, it looked like the original film and not. I know. Yeah, that's weird.
So that's another thing. So the MacGuffin is. So they go to some Antarctica base.
That was definitely pandering. That
100%, yeah. Well, that's what I was saying is that there's the original one that goes back and they make Jared Leto and it's a couple of shaders and it'll take 5 minutes. So the big thing about that though is they have to find this permanence. They're both looking for this permanence thing, and Dillinger's just doing it the way where it's just I'll throw money at the problem and then we'll try and figure it out and then we'll figure the permanence thing out. NCOM knows the problem has been solved by Flynn, but they don't know where it is. So she goes on this expedition to this Arctic place to find this thing in this Kwanzaa hut, and she finds it in this old server, and she goes, fantastic. And then for some reason, I can't remember what it is, because at one point I was not second screen this movie, I just kind of tuned out. But at some point they said, oh, it's on the server back at NCOM. So hold on a minute. So you went to the Arctic to get this thing, and it turns out it was on the top of the building the whole time. Why didn't you check there first? It's like, what's going on here? Like, it's a massive plot hole in the whole thing, and it just like the whole thing was just badly written and just pandering, and that's what I didn't like about it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this again.
Just because
of this, because it's going to be your version of Last Jedi, and I'm going to be like that, like you did with me.
It's not that bad.
I'm Sloan, trying to bring you down.
Arturo Castro, who I like, I think he's a really good, good actor.
Still going.
I know there's a couple of bits and pieces I want to get off my chest.
All right.
So Arturo Castro, he's like, yes, I will get this for you. And doing all these kind of nice kind of things. Yes, of course I can get you an espresso and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. At one point I thought, all right, surely this guy's going to be the snitch and he will like do something to screw everything up. No, he's just a nice guy. Then why have him hanging around?
What's the point of him?
Exactly, some faceless guy. And then so Eve Kim, who by the way, I don't know, I have not seen her in anything else, but she she was like the antithesis of the improv. Okay, and she had no agency in the movie whatsoever. She just kept getting pulled into the next scenario.
Yeah.
You're like, you're supposed to be the CEO, and then it turns out it was this other guy that was the CEO. But I thought she was the CEO. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Am I missing something from the
no,
thing?
I think from my point of view, I watched it obviously a good few months ago when it came out in the cinema. So I need to watch it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. And what was the other one? So there's a couple other things as well that I wanted to mention as well. I'm hopeful that this is enough to keep the franchise alive. But the next time they do it,
won't.
But here's the problem I've got though is they've basically painted themselves into a corner. There was very, very little of the world of Tron in that movie, especially considering that the main guy Tron wasn't there. And they fixed him in the previous version. Like he became Tron. Rinsler became Tron. Sorry, spoiler for a 20-odd-year-old movie. They fixed him and he became Tron again in the last movie. So why not have him in this movie? Like I don't understand why they didn't have him in this movie.
I know.
James there was a brief mention to Cora, but not.
Yeah, there was a brief mention to Cora, and that kind of made me think, they're pushing for another one, but that's never going to happen. By the way,
but the other thing is,
James agrees.
Yeah. I mean, they've put a lot of money in. Like they've got 2 roller coasters and like they're pushing the merch and all that kind of stuff, which is
crazy, by the way. They've really pushed it. There's somebody in Disney that loves this franchise, but
it's me. But I would never greenlit this movie.
Too,
that's the thing.
But I don't know. Something's
the other one was
the way.
So they had these. So the pain sticks that they've got in the original one, where they kind of go out and start. They've got the kind of glowy thing at the end of it. Somebody had this brilliant idea to put the lightsaber, the light cycle ribbon trail on them. What would you do that for? That's the most useless thing in the world. And the whole point of that ribbon thing was not to stop you; it was to de-res you. As soon as you touched that ribbon thing, that was it. You were gone.
See, whoever's kind of done, made these movies. The second movie tied in with the first, right? Kind of, but it's still you can still watch it as an individual movie.
Yeah.
And then Ares again is an individual movie which doesn't tie into the previous one, so that you really get 3 individual movies about Tron. It's like 3 versions of of this idea.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
I don't know.
James is asking. I guess you've watched Tron Uprising.
Was that the cartoon thing? Cartoon. There's a
I never watched that. No,
I'll maybe go back and watch it. To be honest, there was Uprising. What was the other
was
one?
It good, James? Was it worth watching?
I better not do that actually.
There's some games as well out that have got a wee bit of kind of lore in it, and stuff.
Yeah.
But they really needed to tie these things together, and they didn't do it. It's the same.
Just put a rug in
it. James liked it, so yeah, maybe it's worth watching. Then we value your opinion on that totally.
So James, what about Tron Ares? Did you like that? Did you think that was good? So yeah, I'll just go through the Easter eggs that they had just to sort of end my review, and we'll talk more about it during the
Thursday
our watch along. By the way, our watch along party, we're literally there just to do like a DVD commentary type thing. We're not there to sit and watch the movie passively. It's more of a conversation than anything else.
Yeah.
But I'll talk Easter eggs. So Dumont's name was everywhere. The orange digitizer redigitization thing, that was kind of neat as well, because the original Tron, they digitize an orange, and in this one she digitized an orange tree, which is kind of cool. Bit was back in the oldie worldy old server that just happened to be where the MacGuffin was that they should have just gone upstairs to for. Dillinger appears to Ares as a large floating head, similar to the way the MCP appears to Sark in the original movies, except Dillinger calls him Master Control, which really annoyed me for some reason. It just kind of got under my gears. Anyway, Flynn's second server obviously looked like the OG grid, including the hole where the light cycles go through to escape the grid.
Yep.
The Solar Sailor makes an appearance as well. And spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, stop watching the podcast now. But at the very end, Dillinger ends up on the grid, and as he reaches out for the frisbee, you hear him saying,
"I agree." Sometimes, sorry, and I know exactly what Sloan's talking about, but sometimes I know
it's in Tron. So I loved the movie Tron when I was a kid, and I read the yeah.
I mean, I think we're kind of all in agreement about it. It wasn't the best. Sorry, carry on with your Easter eggs. Sorry, so I'd get those comments in.
Anyway, so at the very end, spoilers for a 90-day-old movie. Dillinger appears and you hear the word "suck."
Yes, which makes you think
serial archive, something kernel or something that's called
which
SAR.
makes you, and they're like,
and he's got the outfit as well because he holds on to the power thing and he gets the outfit, which is good.
And then you think, oh, they're touting for another one, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. No.
Yeah. So anyway, that was my review of Tron Ares. Anyway, and with that, we're gonna close. We're at 17 minutes over again. We're getting our podcasts are getting too long. We need to trim down the old podcast. Yeah. But anyway, if you like what you saw, then don't forget to hit the old like button and share on social media. It really does help the channel out. And if you want tiny reminders when we put something new up, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell. And YouTube will let you know when we put something new up. And obviously we have our thing on it. Thanks, Alice.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
By the way.
Thanks so much. Mr. Goldfinger.
Comments are fantastic. Mr. Goldfinger, Alistair, James, David.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Thanks, everyone. And we will see you guys on Thursday at 9 p.m. if you're up for watching Tron Ares with us.
Yeah.
And if not, we'll see you next Sunday. Bye, guys.
Rant.